We have Mamdani. He visits the White House. I'm sure we've all seen him and Trump in the press conference afterwards, and we have some great clips from that. So Mamdani and Trump hold a presser in the Oval Office after their meeting together. All these clips are fantastic. I wish I was at this meeting.
But just days ago, you referred to President Trump as a despot who betrayed the country. You said you'd be his worst nightmare and accused him of having a fascist agenda. Are you planning to retract any of these remarks in order to improve the relationship?
I think both President Trump and I, we are very clear about our positions and our views. And what I really appreciate about the president is that the meeting that we had focused not on places of disagreement, which there are many, and also focused on the shared purpose that we have in serving New Yorkers.
And I've been called much worse than a despot, so it's not that insulting. Maybe I think he'll change his mind after we get to working together. Yeah.
He asked about your comment calling the president a fascist, and your answer was, both President Trump and I have been clear about our positions and our views. Mm-hmm. Are you affirming that you think President Trump is a fascist?
I've spoken about...
That's okay. You can just say yes. Okay. It's easier. It's easier than explaining it. I don't mind.
Wait, I just want to talk about, bro, checkmate. The power move of him just standing there like a little kid while Trump's sitting just beyond confident. What a masterclass in how you handle things. We will never have a funnier, in my opinion, sweet president. I'm sorry. You can tell he actually is just like, he has a good heart, man. The fact that he can sit there and take all this assassination attempts, this guy's calling him a fascist, openly calling for violence against him, and he's just sitting there like, yeah. And also, this is how you know these people are full of shit and their voter base is very stupid, because he says all this stuff on the campaign trail. First of all, if you believe someone was a dictator or fascist, you probably wouldn't go have a meeting with them where you're smiling. You would refuse that meeting, correct? But yeah, he's just sitting there and he's like, he won't really answer the question because his voter base will call him out on lying about it. But he's just kind of sitting there like, yeah, we have the same goals and I really hope we work things out. And, and for Trump just to be like, for Trump to call out the reporter, be like, don't even ask this stuff is actually great, because that's where the war is. The war is on the media. We know these people are liars and psychopaths and they'll say anything to get in office. So him actually defending him from the reporter is fantastic.
Why did you fly here? Aren't trains greener?
I will use every form of transit, and I want to make sure that they're all affordable in New York City, and that's why making buses fast and free is a centerpiece of our campaign.
There is a bus that goes.
Well, but I know, but it'd be fluid. That's a lot quicker too. He's working very hard. And for him to be, that's a very long drive. I'll stick up for you.
Why is he being so nice to him? It's the right thing to do. It's the respectable thing, but he's almost like broing down so hard with him. Do you think it's also just the pure ego and confidence? Like, he just knows he has this guy in his back pocket to the point where he's like, yeah, honey, you say whatever. Oh, don't give him the hard questions. Like, it's actually kind of an extreme alpha power move, which I respect. He's almost kind of like embarrassed, but the fact that he's just standing there like this next to him makes it so much funnier. So we have a video of Mamdani. He's doubling down.
In that press conference with President Trump, a reporter asked you whether you believe that President Trump is in fact a fascist, a word that you've used in the past. You were about to answer, then President Trump sort of jumped in and he said, quote, "That's okay, you can just say yes. It's easier than explaining it." So, Mr. Mayor-elect, just to be very clear, do you think that President Trump is a fascist?
And after President Trump said that, I said yes. And
so you do.
And that's something that I've said in the past. I say it today. And I think what I appreciated about the conversation that I
That's so crazy to disrespect the president on that level.
About the politics that has brought us to this moment. And we also wanted to focus on what it could look like to deliver on a shared analysis of an affordability crisis for New Yorkers.
You've also said in the past that President Trump has engaged in a, quote, attack on our democracy. You've called him a despot. Do you still believe President Trump is a threat to the democracy?
Everything that I've said in the past, I continue to believe. And
all right.
That's the thing that I think.
Yeah, okay. So yeah, everything he said, he still believes, even though when he was in front of Trump, he didn't really seem to be that passionate about all these things, because he could have said it literally to his face, but he didn't. But that's okay. They have to appease their voter base, or else they'll be like, what do you mean? We voted for you because you said he was a fascist. What do you mean you take it back? And he has the very political response where he kind of just, goes off and never really answers it. Some of these he actually answered yes. And I was like, okay. But I'm like, do you guys realize a dictator and a fascist would not only not allow you to be in power, would not allow you to come to the White House and stand next to him, he also would not allow you to call him that. I mean, do you think people who run against Putin go into his office and talk like this to his face and then get to go be the mayor of a huge city? No. True dictator would just kill you. And that's the difference. And also, Trump is actually too nice to him, which is a weird problem to have as a Republican. So Mamdani is endorsing as Islamists for New York State Assembly. Wow, I'm shocked. We never said that they would do something like this. Oh, God. I mean, this is what they do, you guys. They come in, they gain power. Because there's the terminology where they're allowed to lie, cheat, steal, all that to gain power. And then as soon as they're in, they only elect their people. And then they take over because they work as a pact. So everyone coming in is going to be a total radical, they're Islamist, whatever. I mean, she's covering her head. I mean, this is actually insane. If you would have told people post 9/11 that this is who's going to be running and involved in your city, they are quite literally rolling in graves. Then, they would just be in shock. But that's what they do. You guys see it everywhere. Dearborn, Michigan, the UK. What is it, Canada? Isn't everyone in charge of Canada Muslim? Which is crazy. And I will do a whole episode of when Canadians talk shit to us. I'm like, you've been conquered. Remember how British people used to make fun of us all the time and say how stupid, fat, and annoying we are? And I'm like, how's Sharia law going? How did that work out for you guys? How did having no guns and no free speech go? You know what I mean? And then Canadians love to talk about, even a guy in a doctor's office was venting to me about how he can't wait to move to Canada. And I was like, just wait till we do a Canadian episode about how that socialism is working over there.